Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment, here to give you the top 5 NFL free agents that the Tennessee Titans should look to sign right now. As we all know as Titans fans here on Tighten Up Thursday, the Titans had a very quiet free agency in March. In April, the biggest thing for them was re-signing their own guys. They re-signed Ryan Tannehill. They re-signed Dennis Kelly. They franchise tagged Derrick Henry. They signed Vic Beasley. They signed, some other small pieces, Jonathan Joseph. They really didn't sign much, and they're still sitting here today with $19 million of cap room, which means that we still have a player or two or three that we can fit into that cap room. We traded away Jarrell Casey for $10 million of cap room. Let's use it, please. Let's use it now, as the Super Bowl window, we believe, is here. Real quick note, if you're not already, follow the SFE Instagram at SportsFan Entertainment on Instagram. I'm starting to post little clips on there. I want you guys to stay updated on that at SportsFan Entertainment on Instagram. So, Tighten Up Thursday. Let's start with the honorable mentions for the top 5. Here we go. Let's start with, and that is the wrong title card. That is not the title card that I want. Where's my title card? Is it not here? Oh, I know where it is. It's at the very bottom here. There we go. No. Where's my title card? Did it get deleted? Okay, my title card with my honorable mentions apparently got deleted. But I remember most of the names. And let's start with the biggest name, and here we go. It's Colin Kaepernick. That's right, Colin Kaepernick is an honorable mention, for who the Tennessee Titans should look to sign in free agency right now. An honorable mention, he did not make the top 5. Now, I'm going to try to make this as civil a conversation as I can, because this is very difficult to do whenever you're talking about Colin Kaepernick, but I'll try. Here's the deal. I don't know how good of an NFL quarterback and football player he is right now. I don't know, and neither do you. We just don't know right now. But hey, can you give him a look? Can you give him a workout? Absolutely. Now, if you bring him in, oh my goodness, is every reporter from here to the sun gonna come to Nashville and try to interview this guy? Absolutely. Is every single Black Lives Matter activist from here to the sun gonna come to Nashville, Tennessee and support him? Absolutely. But you look at our backup quarterback situation. Logan Woodside, I know he's performed well in preseason. Who is this guy? I mean, seriously, you are prepared for Logan Woodside to come in and play significant snaps if Ryan Tannehill go down. And Ryan Tannehill has had some years where he's been injured. One year where he missed the entire year, got injured in the preseason. Jay Cutler had to start for the Miami Dolphins. This is a potential scenario. And in that scenario, I'd rather have Colin Kaepernick, if he can play. You got to work him out. You got to see if he can play. Then Logan Woodside. And don't even get me started on Cole McDonald. I don't want to hear about the Cole McDonald stands right now. Cole McDonald had a farm. No. So Colin Kaepernick, look, you can give him a look, but he ain't going to make my top 5 because I don't know how good of a football player he is right now. I don't know if he can still throw the rock. Apparently he has a vegan diet. He lost some arm strength, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Apparently he's in great shape. That's what people are saying. There's a lot of conjecture, a lot of noise, a lot of rumors. Bring him in and see what you see. I also had some other positions listed. Running back, We don't need a running back, but I think we could use a third running back because David Fluellen, come on. So Chris Thompson, the former running back for the Washington Redskins. Look, this guy has a horrible injury history. He gets injured every time he gets on the field. But he's a fantastic receiving back. He'd give us something dynamic in the backfield, and he'd have no problem being a number 3 running back on the depth chart right now. Ty Montgomery as a running back, wide receiver, weapon there. He's also has some injury problems. He can't really find a role, but he's still explosive, still an athlete. I think he'd come in and, be good as a number 3 running back / a wide receiver. We could try it out there. You looked at the offensive line, Ronald Leary and Larry Warford. Now, Larry Warford is only if you miss on Clowney, you miss on on some of the guys I have in the top 5. Maybe you could throw some money at Larry Warford, the former Pro Bowl guard from the New Orleans Saints, but they're going to give time for Nate Davis, so I'm just not going to even go down that road. Ronald Leary, his play is continuing to regress right now, but he'd be a decent backup for Nate Davis in case Nate Davis does not improve. Defensively, I looked at the defensive line. Who else did I have on the defensive line as an honorable mention? I don't think I had any honorable mention for the defensive line that I can remember right now. But I had some pass rushers, Vinnie Curry, Pernell McPhee. As safety, I had Antoine Bethea. I think Antoine Bethea would be perfect right now because we don't really have a very good backup free safety. Sure, Amani Hooker could play backup free safety, but I wanted to continue to push the role of a strong safety. So I like to have a backup free safety. And Antoine Bethea, he's old, he's a veteran, he's a journeyman. He wouldn't mind being a free safety. So there you go. Those are the honorable mentions. Now let's get to the top 5. I have my title cards for these. Okay, so number 5. Damon Harrison. That's right, Snacks Harrison. Now, he was not good last season. He struggled last season, but he did that on purpose. He wanted out of Detroit. He got traded to Detroit after Matthew Stafford. Detroit was done. They were trotting out that clown. I don't even remember his name. Jake, whatever. That clown they trotted out at quarterback. Everyone knew on the lines that they were finished. So went winless with Matthew Stafford, Damon Harrison through the season. But this guy, when he's on point, when he's motivated, one of the best nose tackles in the league. He's had years where he has been the best nose tackle in the league. And I know that right now we're trotting out Daquan Jones at nose tackle. He's not a true nose tackle. Now, I know this is 2020. You don't necessarily need a true nose tackle, but it'd be nice to have. And Damon Snacks Harrison, who when motivated is one of the best nose tackles, hey, you can get him right now for $3, $4, $5 million for 1 year. Let him prove himself and then move on elsewhere. I would look at Damon Snacks Harrison, number 4. We have, and then this is going to be a consistent theme from here on out, outside linebacker Jabal Sheard. And I don't know what happened with Jabal Sheard this year. He struggled. And maybe it was due to the Colts and their season kind of going down the tank late in the year. But Jabal Sheard, this guy, he never puts up high sack totals. I mean, he comes down with about 5.5 sacks per year. His career high was 8.5 sacks his rookie year. Got 8 sacks another year. But this guy is a consistent, smart player against the run, except for last year. I don't know what happened last year. But especially against the run, consistent, solid. We've had our problems with him, containing him against the run. He's someone that can set that edge and do his job. One of the smarter edge rushers, edge defenders in this entire football league. Again, he struggled last year. I don't know what happened. He's only 31, so age really shouldn't be catching up to him at this point. I think he's going to look to bounce back this upcoming season. So Jabal Sheard, look, in conjunction with Vic Beasley, who has his problems when it comes to discipline against the run, I like Jabal Sheard as a potential option here at number 4. And again, we're going to see a consistent theme of pass rushers. Let's look at number 3. No, it is not Timmy Jernigan. I don't know why it says Timmy Jernigan here. It should be outside linebacker Marcus Golden, formerly of the New York Giants. So Marcus Golden, this is a guy that was injured for the Arizona Cardinals, ACL tear in 2017. Before that, one of the up-and-coming pass rushers in this league. This guy came down with, I want to say 10.5 sacks, got injured 2017. 2018 did nothing, right? Struggled coming back from the ACL. Last year, came down with 10 sacks. And Pro Football Focus will tell you he didn't play that well, and Giants fans will tell you he didn't play that well, which is why he's only number 3 here. But I like the production. I like the 10 sacks, and I love what he did in Arizona. Except for his last year, everything before the ACL tear, I love what he did in Arizona. There's still value here, and he's cheap. Despite the 10 sacks, he's going to come pretty cheap. There's a reason why he's out on the market right now. Teams aren't going to throw him a lot of money just because he got those 10 sacks. Again, in conjunction to Vic Beasley, I think this would be an okay, little trio there with Vic Beasley, Marcus Golden, and Harold Landry. Harold Landry is our real main hope for being a good pass rusher this year, and then we have to hope that one of these other guys pops off. Marcus Golden would be a decent option for that. He comes in at number 3. Number 2, we had Everson Griffin. All right, Everson Griffin, I don't know why he's out there. Okay, I don't know what's going on. This guy made the Pro Bowl this year, 2019, the most recent NFL season. Everson Griffin, the defensive end formerly of the Minnesota Vikings. This guy has been one of the most consistent pass rushers, edge rushers in this league. Now, he comes from a 4-3 system. That is the one thing that it concerns me. I've not seen him stand up at all. Okay, he has his head down almost all the damn time. Okay, he sometimes, is able to do something in terms of standing up, but even then he's not really covering. He might just bat something down, be in the general zone, and that's about it. Is it a perfect fit? No. But with Harold Landry having the ability to stand up, with Vic Beasley having the athleticism to stand up, although he hasn't really done it much either, I think this could be something interesting. Again, that's why it's not my number one. We're going to talk about my number one in a moment. But even then, if you even consider, look, the fact that we have Jack Crawford scheduled to start at the defensive line, okay, come on. You can put Everson Griffin, you can have some 4 defensive lineman sets even in this defense, even in this 3-4 defense, where you would trot out Everson Griffin, Naquan Jones, Jeffrey Simmons, and Harold Landry. And Russ, those 4. You can have some creativity there. And Mike Vrabel, look, if you're going to be the defensive coordinator this year, this is the type of stuff that I expect you to conjure up. So definitely Everson Griffin is my number 2 because he's so talented. I don't know why he's out there. But number 1, you saw it coming. Come on, what are we talking about? It is Jadeveon Clowney. That's right, Jadeveon Clowney is absolutely the number 1. And we still sit here waiting for Jadeveon Clowney to sign to a damn team. We're going to continue to wait. Only God and God alone knows how long we're going to have to wait before we see Jadeveon Clowney sign anywhere. But apparently, with all the coronavirus nonsense going on, teams aren't able to bring in players for workouts, for physicals, for meetings, for this, for that, and it's just causing all kinds of hell. But now that things are finally being alleviated and Tennessee is now starting to really catch up to things there, I think it's very possible, maybe even likely, that now we bring him in, we have him look at the doctors look at him, look at what a physical specimen he is, make sure he's healthy, and we hammer out the money. Now, this is still interesting because you're looking at this guy, and he has we have $19 million in cap room, and he's demanding $17, $18 million. There's some finagling that needs to happen there. Obviously, yes, you can sign him and you'll be fine, but would you be okay with only $1-2 million? I would, considering the fact that, well, it depends. It depends with the Derrick Henry situation because he hasn't, although he has signed his franchise tag, you don't know if he's going to sign an extension, but I personally would. But we don't do that. The Tennessee Titans do not do that. We do not go into the year with $2 million in cap room. We go into the year with at least $15 million, at least. So this is why it doesn't look likely. But look, John Robinson has been out there talking about this guy. He's actually, and John Robinson is a guy that doesn't talk about nobody, okay? He don't talk about his wife, his daughter, nothing. He doesn't talk about this team. John Robinson is a very secretive guy. So the fact that this guy is out here talking about Jadeveon Clowney at all, mentioning Jadeveon Clowney by name, mentioning our interest in him means that, man, we must be pretty interested in this guy. And I think he's trying to get Jadeveon Clowney also interested in him and the Tennessee Titans saying, hey, we're interested in you. So there's definitely mutual interest here. There's interest on both sides. Is it going to be us or the Colts or the Browns? I don't know. Apparently it's not going to be the Browns. So it looks like it's either us or the Colts. Maybe the Seahawks get back in. But Jadeveon Clowney, without a doubt, look, I know he only came down with the 3 sacks in 2019. He was dominant against the run. Oh my God, teams were game planning against him against run, running away from him. He was so disruptive whenever they did run towards him, and he was still disruptive getting to the quarterback. He was way more disruptive than Vic Beasley could dream to be, year in and year out. Even the year Vic Beasley came down with his 15.5 sacks, led the league in sacks, Vic Beasley was not as disruptive as Jadeveon Clowney was last season. And if you turn on the tape, you see that. This guy causes problems. And for a 1-2 year deal, which is all he's looking for, all he's going to get right now, oh, please bring Jadeveon Clowney to Tennessee. So there you go. Those are my top 5 NFL free agents the Tennessee Titans should look to sign right now. Who are your top 5 NFL free agents the Tennessee Titans should look to find? Tell me down in the comments. And until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later.